Alright guys, quick video today. I have some discontinued fragrances to come share with you guys, or recently announced discontinued fragrances, and some already announced discontinued fragrance, and also some that were not announced discontinued at all. The brand just decided to yank them out without telling any customers, but they did tell some sales associates, and that's where I got a lot of my information from. So without further ado, let's jump right into what you should be grabbing immediately. So the first fragrance here is the main reason why I'm making this video. And to be honest, I really cannot see why this fragrance is being discontinued. I mean, it's an amazing scent, it's timeless, it's one of my favorite fragrances of all time, just to throw that on top. And I really can't see a good reason why to discontinue this one. Now, when I hear discontinuation flying around, normally I can make sense of why certain fragrances are being discontinued, and that's mainly because of sales. I mean, most of those fragrances are fragrances that may appeal to us, the fragrance community. We might love it, but the mass public might not enjoy those scents so much. For example, Midnight in Paris by Van Cleef & Arpels, bottle right here, that one everyone in the community loves, but the type of scent that it is, a little bit powdery, a little bit sugary, is not the most appealing for a majority of people out in public. That's why it got discontinued. Now this scent, however, is mass appealing, it's sexy, it's timeless, it has everything good going for it, and it's being discontinued. This one is Hugo Boss Bottled Intense. Isn't that sad? We just talked about this one yesterday, and we talked about it throughout the entire year of 2020, and I love this scent. I am deeply in love with this scent. Like I said, this thing sits next to my bed, on my bedside. I smell this before I go to sleep. I smell it sometime in the morning if I remember, and I throw it on every now and then. It's just so good. Apple, cinnamon, it's warm, it's rich, it's seductive, it's timeless, it's old school yet modern at the same time. It has everything going for it. It's a perfect improvement over the original Boss Bottle DNA. They have a lot of similarities, but this one, a lot more depth, a lot more richness, and just overall a way better fragrance than the original. Now, to my knowledge, the original is not being discontinued. They're still keeping the original around. I think that's because the original, since it's been around for so long, it's so famous, is making a lot of sales all the time without, without any need of further marketing on their side. It's kind of like Acqua di Gio, where the legend of the fragrance is so strong that it's always gonna sell. That's why they're keeping the original. This one, however, even though a better fragrance, I guess not enough people know that this is a better fragrance than the original, hence the sales might not be so good for this one, and it's going away. Now, I do have more details to share about this one that I got from a separate channel, another fragrance YouTuber. So I'll just link his channel down in the description below. Go check him out. His name is Mr. Fragrance. Relatively new channel, but really great video. I like his breakdown a lot. Very easygoing, chill vibe, much like this channel. So if you enjoy my content, you're most likely going to enjoy his content as well. So check him out, relatively new channel, give him some support. Now, an alternative to Hugo Boss Bottled Intense would obviously be the original Hugo Boss Bottled. Although not as strong as this one, Hugo Boss Bottled, the original, is still a very good fragrance. You just have to spray a little bit more. So if you spray 5 or 6 sprays with this, usually you should go 6, 7, or 8 sprays with the original. And the original is not gonna have the same richness that this one has, but sexiness still there, apple is still there, so yes, still a good alternative and relatively cheap alternative as well, cheaper than this one. So yeah, if this one goes away completely, just get the original. But for now, this one is still readily available at a lot of discounters. So my suggestion is grab this one right now. Like, you can stop this video and go grab this fragrance right now because it's just so good. It's too good not to have at least one bottle in your collection. I'm gonna grab some myself too as backup because I really love this. So yeah, really sad discontinuation right here. I can't believe it. I'm still in awe, to be honest with you. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. The next one here is one that I just found out today. A lot of people have been hinting this one to me in the comment section. That's has been discontinued. I never really believe any of those people until I dig into it myself and do the research myself. It's also sad to see this one go away because it's talked so much in the community on YouTube. It's such a famous fragrance for especially this time of year, fall and winter, and it's the clubbing king. You guys probably already know what fragrance I'm talking about, but this fragrance is Ultramel. Yeah, Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultramel. So sooner or later, this is not gonna be available anymore. This fragrance also is already on the upper scale in terms of prices. You normally find this fragrance for $60 to $80, that range. Now that it's being discontinued, I highly suggest you pick up a bottle right away because this thing is gonna hit the $100 mark faster than a lot of other discontinued cheapy fragrances, if you will. Midnight in Paris was discontinued when it was around $23, $30 on discounter, so it took a while for it to jump up to 100, but it did eventually get there. This one is being discontinued at the $60, $70 point, so yeah, it's gonna hit that 100 plus or price gouging territory much faster than Hugo Boss Bottle Intense and Midnight in Paris and all that. An alternative to this one, and I really struggle finding an alternative for this one. There is none really. There is no straight alternative for this. The only thing I can come up with is Armani Code Profumo, both really amazing clubbing fragrance or wintertime sweet fragrance, if you will. This one way more focused on the tonka bean, the fizzy kind of cola type of sweetness, as opposed to a fruity pear sweetness. Both are great in the same situation. They're really interchangeable in terms of versatility, in terms of compliments, mass appealing performance as well. Both of these two are on par. I love this one, and I do prefer this over the Ultramel, but yeah, again, this is the closest thing I can bring to Ultramel for you guys that matches both the versatility, performance, and everything else. So yeah, sad to see Ultramel go because it is a unique fragrance in its own right in the designer world. People love it, girls love it. I had some memories with that fragrance as well. Sad to see it go. So if you do not own one yet, grab one. Next one right here is one that has already been discontinued, and I talked about this one already in the past, but it's still available at a pretty affordable price at the moment. And for those of you who's been hesitant, this is the time to grab it before it jumps into the other echelon of prices. And this one is L'Homme Ideal Cologne by Guerlain. Yes, so when this was discontinued, it was around $23 to $30 in price range for 100 ml. Now it's sitting around $43 to $50, which is still not super terrible. It went up for sure, but it's not a terrible price if you still want to grab a bottle of this. If you're a collector, you're missing this one out of your whole L'Homme Ideal line in your collection, you want this, it's a good time to grab it. This one, it's a great summer fragrance. It has a really nice creamy almond with some really kind of nice, soft, airy freshness alongside that almond. It's a very unique DNA. I enjoyed a lot. Man, it's highly underrated. It really is highly underrated. I know why it's being discontinued though. It's the same reason as all the other ones. This is not a type of DNA that a lot of guys gravitate towards wearing. It comes across a little bit unisex, I'm not gonna lie, because it's just so fresh and the almond there is so prominent. It gives off a little bit of that creamy sweetness that can turn some guys off. So that's why it didn't sell so well. But yes, grab this one while you still can before it jumps into the 60, 70 territory. And at those price points, it's no longer worth it. It's a great fragrance. It's not that great of a fragrance. It's not $70, $80 type of great. But yeah, $50, I still go for it. And an alternative to that one, if you don't wanna spend that much on this one, you can spend the same amount right now for L'Homme Ideal Cool. Yes, the fragrance that replaces the cologne. I mean, a lot of people hate this thing just for the fact that it was a replacement to that one. I mean, I really don't get why Guerlain had to discontinue that one in favor of this one. I'd rather them discontinue the sport version. That one sucks. I don't like the sport version. I'd rather them discontinue that one in favor for this one instead of the cologne. But yeah, this one is also a really great fragrance. You still get that almond DNA. If you miss the almond DNA in the cologne, you'll find the same almond DNA in this one. But the freshness in here is not just an airy, kind of bright white kind of freshness anymore. This one's focused a lot on the mint. So you get this really bright, minty, invigorating vibe in this fragrance off the first spray. And the mintiness actually lasts a pretty long time throughout the life of the fragrance. And if you know mint, mint is not a note that lasts long. But in this fragrance, mixing the mint with the almond kind of make the mint a little bit more long lasting. Next one we have right here has no alternative. I really could not think of any fragrance that comes close to it. It's my #1 favorite fragrance way back in the day. And I still love it now. I don't wear it quite as much, but this one is Neo by Givenchy. The first fragrance ever to have gotten me a compliment that changed my whole life. Yes, that compliment from this one very, very beautiful friend that I used to talk to back in the day got me hooked onto fragrance. I mean, when a hot girl gave you a hug and smelled your neck and said you smell so good, how can you not buy 400 more fragrances? And for the life of me, I cannot find an alternative to this one. So you're stuck with this. This is unique on its own and I love it. It has a really nice, soft mandarin and sandalwood feeling. It has a little bit of powderiness in here as well, but overall it's very fresh, it's clean, it's professional, it's reserved at the same time as being just super easy to wear, super easy to like, but it does have its own really nice reserve office DNA to it. I really enjoy this one. Still one of my favorites till today. I just don't wear it as often anymore because I don't want to run out of it. But yes, this one you can still find at retail prices. Yes, it's now up to retail prices for this one. It used to be in the $40 range. It's now at $70 range. So it's retail price. I would say that's too much for this fragrance, but if you're a collector, now is a good time to grab it before it goes up to, again, the $100 mark. So yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't find an alternative for you guys to pick up for this one, but hey man, a great fragrance, a unique fragrance is a unique fragrance. So there you go. Now on to the last set of fragrances. I'm gonna go through these very quickly because there's a lot of them. Some of them I don't even know, but these are the Tom Ford Private Blend fragrances. Now a lot of them are being discontinued and Tom Ford didn't make any mention of this on their website or a news press or anything like that. They told their sales associates though. So when I was at Saks Fifth Avenue looking for PLUM Japonais, I was told by the sales associates that a lot of those fragrances are being pulled, PLUM Japonais included. So you can no longer find PLUM Japonais. I want a bottle, I don't have a bottle. So if you guys have a bottle and you hate that bottle, you guys can sell it to me if you guys want to. I'll leave an email link below. I really want one, it's one of my favorite ever. So if you guys have one you guys want to sell, you know, I'll buy it. So yeah, there's that one that's being discontinued. They also said the oud line is being discontinued. Every oud fragrance is gonna be axed except for oud wood. So they're keeping around oud wood. Tobacco oud is gone. Oud fleur is gone. All the intense variations are gone. Oud mineral, gone. So yeah, only oud wood's gonna be left. If you want some oud fragrance, tobacco oud or oud mineral and you haven't pulled the trigger, now it's a good time to try to hunt for those bottles before they completely go away. PLUM Japonais is completely gone. Yeah, I'm circling back to that, but yeah, to my knowledge, I cannot find PLUM Japonais anywhere. So I think that's gone now. Another one that I know is being discontinued is Lavender Extreme. That one's gonna get axed as well. Don't really care too much about that one though. But yeah, that one's being axed as well. As for the other ones, I'm not quite sure which one else is being discontinued. So here's my suggestion. I suggest you go to your local Saks Fifth Avenue or Nordstrom or anywhere that they carry the Tom Ford Private Blend line and ask the sales associates which one are being pulled off the shelf. And chances are they might have some of those bottles left in stock that they may be able to sell to you. It's just not on the shelf. So what usually happens in these occasions are sales associates are forced to pull these discontinued fragrances off the shelf, but that doesn't mean that they don't have stock in the back that they can sell to you guys. So what you can do, you can ask them, if they have a certain fragrance that's not on the counter, to see if they have some in stock for you guys to buy, and also ask them which other fragrances are being pulled or being discontinued in the future, so you can get the whole spectrum, because I don't have the whole list. But the ones that I told you, those are the big ones that the sales told me. I neglect to ask for more because I was in a hurry at the time. But yes, go to your local Nordstrom, Saks Fifth Avenue, or anywhere where there's a Tom Ford boutique. Just ask them which one are being discontinued, and if your favorites are already not on the counter, ask if they have some left in stock, and you might be lucky and find yourself a bottle of soon to be discontinued Tom Fords. Alright guys, that is it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. Really sad to see all of these fragrances go. They're all really great in my personal opinion, except for Lavender Extreme. I don't quite care much about that one. Besides that, I hate to see any of these fragrances go. And yes, with that being said, if you're new here and you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. If you haven't pressed the like button yet, press the like button. Comment down below one of your favorite discontinued fragrances. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.